In 2016, NASA launched a probe called OSIRIS-REx, which I think sounds like some kind of cyborg dinosaur. And it was going to visit an asteroid called Bennu. And the idea was that it would sneak up on Bennu, steal a little bit of rock, and then scurry back to Earth with it. The headline is that Bennu contains many of the ingredients that you need for life. To do that, you need something to store the information and then pass it on to the rest of the chemical soup that eventually becomes cells, that go on to become tissue, that go on to become organs, humans, grapefruit, whatever, all the stuff around me. And it's DNA and RNA that's responsible for this here on Earth. And to make them, you need a set of what are called nucleobases, which if you could try and visualize a double helix strand of DNA in your mind right now, you know, that spirally thing that looks like a spirally ladder. Well, the steps on that ladder, those are your nucleobases. And then the sides of the ladder, those are sugars. So that's DNA. But RNA looks a little bit different. It's almost like if you imagine unzipping DNA, one side of your unzipped strand of DNA would look like RNA. It was found that asteroid Bennu contained 4 of those nucleobases and the 5th one for RNA, which is great. You've got much of what you need to make some DNA and RNA. Very exciting. But pointless having those nucleobases if you've got nothing to stick them to, in which case you need those sugars. Tohoku University in Japan found ribose. Now, ribose is what's used in RNA. It's the structural strand that keeps the nucleobases in place in RNA. Well, then you need some chemistry in order to be able to make life, right? You need amino acids. All life on Earth uses 20 amino acids, the same 20 amino acids. Bennu contains 14 of those amino acids. And remember, Bennu is just one asteroid. RNA tells that chemistry what to do. It tells it to become proteins. And then proteins lead to the machinery of a living cell. And then glucose is the fuel that starts the generation of energy, which is really what you could really dumb all life down to. It takes in some fuel, outputs some energy. Tohoku University also found glucose in Bennu as well. So all of this life that's around me right now comes from ingredients that we just naturally find in our solar system. These papers were only published at the beginning of this month, so this is brand new news. We already knew about the nucleobases, but the sugars are brand new. It certainly gives me much more confidence that there is the potential for life elsewhere beyond Earth, because the ingredients are there. So if the chemistry has managed to mix itself around in exactly the same way that it did here on Earth, which who knows what those conditions are, we don't know, then chances are there is some life lurking somewhere in the depths of our solar system. And I think we're really close, really, really close. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.